Yo, what's good, fam? You already know what's going on. Back with another one. UFC 292, Aljamain Sterling Bantamweight Champion taking on Sean O'Malley in the main event. Then you got Weili Zhang taking on Amanda Lemos in the co-main event. So you got two title fights with a bunch of good matchups on the undercard. So you feel me? We're going to get into them hoes. And with that being said, man, Aljamain Sterling coming off his third title defense over his biggest win in his career to date versus Henry Cejudo. Going into his fourth title defense versus Sean O'Malley. And he coming off the biggest win in his career to date so far, too, over Petr Yan, who was a former champion. And he was just like two or three fights out of being, being the champion. So, yeah, man, that was a good win for Sean O'Malley. Even though some people feel like he didn't deserve to win, you feel me? But at the same time, some people felt like he did deserve to win, But with that being said, man, the first thing that come to my mind is that Petr Yan was able to take down Sean like 7 times in that fight. And Petr Yan ain't the same type of grappler that Aljamain is. You feel me? So if Petr Yan was able to do that to him, what's gonna stop Aljamain from taking the fight to the ground? He came in on weight, he came in shape sharp. The boy looked shredded like a motherfucker. But Sean O'Malley got the equalizer, you feel me? He got the more devastating power, obviously. Got the better striking, better hands, better kicks, all that. But Aljamain been coming along with his striking, and he was able to show that in his last couple of fights, you feel me? So, yeah, bro. I feel like Aljamain is going to be able to get the win. He probably going to get him by submission, or he might be able to knock him out on the ground. I won't be surprised if he do. You feel me? I think he's going to be able to do the same thing he did against TJ Dillashaw. And, I know TJ Dillashaw had the fucked up shoulder and all that shit, but at the same time, Aljamain was just more dominant than him. You know what I'm saying? Even before his shoulder was fucked up in the fight. It probably was fucked up before the fight, but I don't really give a fuck. Aljamain was dominant in that hoe, and it shined through. You feel me? Then he showed in the Henry Cejudo fight that it wasn't no fluke. Even though Cejudo was coming off a layoff, and that fight was tougher than what people thought, but Cejudo was still the favorite going into that fight, if I'm not mistaken. So correct me if I'm wrong, but he was still able to prove boys wrong in that fight as well. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna take a double chance on Aljamain Sterling, KO or submission. Or you can go submission or decision, you feel me? Because he got like 8 wins by decision and only 3 wins by KO. With one of them wins being recent. You know what I'm saying? So shit. Yeah, I would say probably double chance submission or decision by Aljamain. But if you're feeling a little lucky, probably go with KO by Aljamain. But shit, me personally, I'm going submission, Aljamain, or decision. I'll probably sprinkle some on Sean O'Malley too, because he a decent sized underdog. Last time I checked, I think he was like plus 200, plus 220. So yeah, man, that's not a bad bet to make. Not a bad underdog at all. Plus 215 now. So yeah, bro, I'll probably sprinkle some on Sean O'Malley too, because he got that equalizer, dog. And his hands is really like that. You feel me? I think that's the best part of his stand-up is his hands. You feel me? And he throw a lot of unorthodox strikes too at the same time. His combinations is crazy. Sean O'Malley like that, bro, but I don't think he ever showed us that his grappling is in his bag, or he ever showed us that he can really grapple like that, because he ain't really fought no top competition besides Petr Yan. And Petr Yan ain't no grappler. We know what Petr Yan like to do. You feel me? And he was able to take Sean down multiple times throughout that fight. Yeah, man. So I'm going with Aljamain, but I won't be surprised if Sean win the fight. And yeah, I'll sprinkle some on Sean. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Moving on to the co-main event. And Zhang Weili, you understand me, taking on Amanda Lemos, strawweight champion Zhang, 2-time, coming off that win over Carla Esparza, submitted her. So yeah, bro, she on a 2-fight winning streak, and you got Amanda Lemos, who's also on a 2-fight winning streak, coming off that KO win over Marina Rodriguez of was that like November in 22. So yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen Amanda Lemos fight, but shit, time better now than never. You feel me? Go on, get in that hoe and get it in. But yeah, man, both girls on the winning streak. You feel me? And coming into this fight, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I got Weili winning that hoe. KO or submission. A lot of people feel like she's gonna be able to submit her because she got a good amount of submissions on her record. I think she got like 8 wins by submission. And the first time we seen Amanda step up in competition against Jessica Andrade, she didn't really put on a good showing for herself, in my opinion. Got submitted in the first round, and it was like real early in that fight too. And that was like after Jessica had took a loss. You understand me? And she ain't really been looking good in her last couple of fights. You understand? So yeah, bro. I feel like Weili gonna be able to get the dub. I think she gonna finish her for sure, because Amanda Lemos ain't really showed us nothing against real top 5 competition. She got that win over Marina, and that was a good dub. Got the win over Angela Hill, but Angela Hill was able to take it to a split decision. So you know how people feel about that shit. And you feel me? Angela Hill, veteran, no doubt, but she got double-digit losses at the same time. You feel me? So you fighting for a belt, and we ain't seen you fight, and we only seen you fight against like real top 5 former champion, title contender type competition one time. And shit, we already know what you did against that. You feel me? So that just lead me to believe that Weili just gonna come in and put the beats on her. You understand me? Yeah, Weili, in my opinion, she in the middle of her prime right now, bro. You feel me? Coming off them back-to-back losses to Rose, she was able to put it together, got a win over Joanna. You feel me? Which hurt my heart, but shit, she was able to do that. You feel me? And then she came back and beat Carla Esparza, who beat Rose again. You feel me? To become 2-time. Now she 2-time herself. You feel me? So yeah, bro. First title defense in her second reign. I feel like Zhang gonna get the dub, bro. I don't think it's going the distance though. You can double chance that by KO submission, but a lot of people feel like she's gonna get the submission. So decent odds on that. I think that's like plus 400. So I wouldn't be mad if you did that for sure. Yeah, right now she a plus 450 to get the win by submission. Zhang is. So I would go with that for sure. But Amanda got some power. You feel me? Most of her wins will come by knockout. So she got some power for sure. So that's going to be her chance to win the fight. And we done seen Zhang get knocked out before. You feel me? Rose did it in the first round against her a couple of fights back. So shit. Who's to say she can't get caught again? But I highly doubt it in this fight. So yeah, bro. I'm going Weili for the finish. So yeah, with that being said, bro, moving on from there, we got who is this? Ian Gary taking on Neil Magny, and this was a short notice fight for Neil Magny. He stepping in for Geoff Neal, you know what I'm saying, because Neil had to pull out of the fight. So 7 days short notice. Ian Gary, you feel me, young prospect to almost into contender, because this Neil Magny is basically like that gatekeeper type of guy that's going. He's like the measuring stick to see where you at in the UFC, you feel me? So yeah, bro, Ian Gary on that level, he in between that limbo of being prospect and contender. And I feel like this that perfect fight for him. He been calling for this fight, let him tell it, you feel me? A little bit of fake Anna between them boys, you know what I'm saying? I think Ian Gary just trying to get himself hyped up to get pumped and have something to fight for in this fight, you know what I'm saying, besides calling out Neil, So yeah, bro, I'm going Ian Gary for the finish too in this fight. He was able to finish Daniel Rodriguez in his last fight. He been on the winning streak. I think he's been finishing all his opponents since he joined the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, bro, Ian Gary, I'm going for it. I think he's gonna be able to get the finish. You know what I'm saying? Neil Magny, he'd only been stopped, like knocked out twice. You feel me? But that shit happened way back in the Yap Yap. You understand me? Like 5 years ago. He done been submitted a lot lately. You feel me? Gilbert Burns was able to submit him. Who else was able to submit him? Shavkat Rachmanov was able to submit him. So yeah, he done took some losses by submission for sure. But at the same time, he done showed that he really a nice, you know what I'm saying? He really liked that, because he done showed us against some tough competition where he thought we was gonna get the dub. You feel me? I thought Geoff Neal was going to be able to get the dub against him. He showed us that he not ready to say that shit. He just going to drop down and lose to anybody. So, hey, man, who's to say that he don't pull it off this fight? Because he's very up and down, bro. And this around that time that he need a dub. Even though he coming off a win over Phil Rowe, you understand me? He need a dub against a bigger named opponent. But I doubt it happened in this fight. I think Ian gonna get it done. But I'll sprinkle some on Neil too, cause he's such a big underdog. I think he like a plus 350. So yeah, bro. While you got Ian Gary at like a minus 500, you could probably sprinkle some on the fight to go the distance or not. You feel me? I don't know what the odds look like on that hoe. Matter of fact, let me check the shit. When I ain't doing shit else, let me check that shit out. Fuck what they talking about. Damn, they ain't got no tripping. So yeah, the odds on that on the fight to go the distance is like a plus 142. So I can see that happening as well. Cause like I said, Neil had only been knocked out twice, and Ian Gary only got one submission on his record at 12-0. He could have underrated grappling. We just never seen it before. You feel me? He just been knocking out everybody that we seen him against. You feel me? But he don't strike me as that type of person that's gonna come in and look to take down Neil and get him to the ground and get get advantage positions to where he can actually lock up submission. So yeah, bro, I think Ian Gary probably by KO or decision. I can see either one of those happening for sure. So yeah, that'd be nice to parlay that shit with. What else we got? Oh, Damon Blackshear and Mario Batista. You feel me? This another short notice fight. Damon Blackshear stepping in for Cody Garbrandt, who had to pull out. We just seen him fight last weekend. Got the third twist in the UFC history. So yeah, bro, we know he a real deal grappler. You know what I'm saying? They say the same thing about Mario Batista. You know, but coming into this fight, bro, I feel like Damon is probably gonna get the dub. This might be the best bet to pick up too. He like a plus 180 underdog. You understand me? Bigger fighter, taller fighter, longer reach. That don't really matter much, you know what I'm saying? Because both guys like to grapple. But Damon has shown in the past that he'll let his hands go too. You feel me? So if both guys is you know what I'm saying, able to nullify each other wrestling and that grappling shit, we may see a straight up stand up fight, and I think Damon gonna get the better of him. You know what I'm saying? Plus 180, I'll take that, no doubt. Mario, a lot of people look at him as like one of the next top ranked fighters, probably top 15 or some shit like that. But he don't really strike me as that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And I think Damon will be able to get the dub off of him for sure. I don't know if he able to submit him, but shit, we saw Corey Sandhagen submit him, but that was a while back as well. But I think he's gonna be able to pull it off though. I think Damon gonna be able to get that dub. Yeah, man. So moving on from there, we got Marlon Vera taking on Pedro Munoz. You feel me? But Marlon coming off that loss. I think he lost to Corey Sandhagen in his last fight, and we ain't seen him in a minute. You know, and Pedro Munoz coming off a win. So yeah, bro, I feel like Marlon Vera probably gonna be able to get this dub, man. We already know he like starts slow in the first round, and that make it a little bit scary since it's a 3-round fight and not a 5-round fight. But I think he's gonna be able to pull it off. Younger fighter, Pedro Munoz, 36. I don't think he's gonna have that same type of fight to him that he had in the past. So I think Marlon Vera gonna be able to pull it off. You feel me? He looked good in his last fight though. I ain't gonna hold you, but it's like when the level of competition go up, you feel me? We see the distance between Pedro Munoz and said opponent. You feel me? We saw it in the past with Dominic Cruz, not Aljamain, I'm tripping. What did he fight Aljamain? I can't even fucking remember. But we ain't seen in the past with Jose Aldo, Dominic Cruz. Man, let's check it out. Fuck what they talking about. Fuck it. And see, even he lost to Frankie Edgar in 2020. Frankie Edgar was pretty much done by that moment. You know what I'm saying? Lost to Sterling. He beat Cody Garbrandt, but shit, that was back in 19. You understand? So yeah, bro, it's like when the level of competition go up, we see the gap between him and said opponent, like I said like I said a few minutes ago. So yeah, bro, I don't see Pedro Munoz winning this fight. He could win it though, you know what I'm saying? He got power, you understand me, and he can grapple, so we could see him use that shit too. But yeah, man, I think Marlon Vera gets it done. You feel me? Marlon Vera pretty decent grappler itself. We just don't never really see it like we used to, because he just knocking motherfuckers out. You could just say the fight go the distance though, because like I said, neither guy never been stopped in the UFC. So shit, I would put something on the fight to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick a fighter, if I had to pick somebody to win the fight, I'd go Marlon Vera. You understand me? And that's the whole main card. And you know, if we go to we can go to the motherfucking prelims. You got Chris Weidman and Brad Tavares. Chris Weidman coming off that leg break. We ain't seen him in like 2 years. 2 years and some change. Brad Tavares coming off back-to-back losses, and he coming off a KO loss to Bruno Silva. So yeah, bro, this is one of the fights that you probably want to stay away from. You feel me? Because you don't really know what you're gonna get, you know. But if I had to pick somebody, like I just said, I'm gonna go Brad Tavares, because Chris Weidman, 39 years old, almost 40. You feel me? Been on a 2-year layoff. He probably rusty as hell. You know, I think Brad Tavares can probably get it by decision. You know what I'm saying? If I had to pick a specific way to win the fight. Because he not really no knockout puncher, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no real big submission type of guy. He just that type. He just come to fight, you feel me? And he gonna grind you out, show you that his heart bigger than yours and shit. Try to get the dub. But like I said, he'd have been knocked out in his last. He got knocked out in his last fight. You feel me? He on a losing streak, so he can lose. You feel me? He can lose this fight, no doubt. I can see that happening. You feel me? But Chris Weidman just old as hell now, bro, and he on that layoff. You feel me? So he gonna come in and he gonna be rested. And we just seen what happened when you come in rested with Gavin Tucker and Diego Lopez not too long ago. You feel me? And you're an older fighter at that. You understand? Now Brad Tavares is only 4 years younger than Chris Weidman. You feel me? So he got a lot of years on him as well, a lot of fight years on him, because he been fighting for a long time. But I think he just been more active, and I think that's gonna also help him help him get the dub. You feel me? But I think he just gonna win by decision though, nothing spectacular. And Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, Dennis Tululian. You feel me? I think Gregory Rodriguez is probably gonna win this fight by a finish. Probably submission. If I'm being honest, you can probably put some on a double chance like KO or KO and submission. You feel me? Because he talked about getting back to what helped him get here and all that shit. You feel me? So yeah, bro, I think Gregory can probably get the submission. You feel me? Because we know he like to grapple, and you know that's what he real good at. You feel me? He just was falling in love with his power and putting hands on people and shit, getting knockouts. He's like, fuck it, I might as well keep doing what this. I might as well keep doing what was working. You know, but his chin not the strongest. You feel me? So, shit, if he fuck around and get caught trying to do stand up, you know what I'm saying, instead of doing what he good at or what he need to do to win the fight, and then shit, he may get stopped because he coming off a loss, if I'm not mistaken, knockout loss. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough if he do that shit. I know it's gonna fuck you up, but yeah, man, I think he gonna probably take this fight to the ground, probably look for a submission, or probably finish this fight on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I'm going Gregory Rodriguez. I think submission, because the odds on that is pretty decent as well. Yeah, Gregory by submission is a plus 220. It wouldn't be bad to sprinkle nothing on. You understand me? Because like I said, he talked about getting back to his grappling in the past. Plus 145 by knockout for Gregory is also a decent bet to take as well. You feel me? Because this fight is not going to a decision. You feel me? Anytime you can see in a RoboCop fight, shit, you can count on that hoe not going the distance. But yeah, I think he gets it done though, for sure. And that's pretty much all the fights I want to talk about. You understand? Austin Hubbard and Kurt Hollabaugh. We ain't seen neither one of them in like 2-3 years. You know, Kurt Hollabaugh ain't fought since like 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Austin Hubbard ain't fought since like 2020. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen both of them boys fight. But I think Austin Hubbard is younger than Kurt Hollabaugh. So I'll take Austin if I had to. Brad Catone and Cody Gibson, I don't know neither one of them boys. So yeah, man. And Andre Petroski and Gerald Meerschaft. That's gonna be a decent fight to look at. Gerald Meerschaft is like a 40-50 fight veteran. Andre Petroski then only had 11 fights. You understand? 4 fights in the UFC. You understand me? So yeah, bro, this is one of them fights where you can probably throw something on GM3. You know, maybe something by submission. I don't know, man. He real up and down too. You understand me? So shit, we may see something from him where he in need of a win because he coming off a KO loss as well. You know, and Petrosky on a 4-fight winning streak. You know, coming off a decision win. So yeah, man. And he a submission guy, but he real big. He look like he can knock a motherfucker out. So I can see it happening because Gerald done been knocked out plenty of times. You understand me? But at the same time, I would sprinkle some on GM3. You understand me? Just to be safe. Hell yeah. Cause he got like 27 wins by submission. Out of like 36 wins. So you already know what he want to do if he get the opportunity. You feel me? Who else? You got Andrea Lee, Natalia Silva, and Natalia Silva probably gonna get the dub. Karine Silva and Marina Moroz. Karine had lost to her in the past, so maybe she gets the dub in this one. I don't know though. Karine is a bad motherfucker. She come to fight every time, and that's another one that don't never look to go to the decision. You feel me? She come out hot, guns are blazing. So I don't know though. She made a middle match in the past, so who knows? I ain't gonna fuck with it though. You feel me? But Natalia Silva probably gonna get this dub of Andrea Lee if I'm being honest. This is a good underdog though. Gerald Mishaw, that's a good underdog to look at for sure. But yeah, man, that's it, brother. You understand me? UFC 292 is going down, man. Yeah, man, appreciate everybody for coming through and checking this hoe out. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. You feel me? That said, I'm out, man. Peace.